Police in schools, implications for students of color.
Some schools in the United States have police officers as part of their approach to school safety and security. After a rise in school shootings and other violent incidents in the 1990s, the use of police officers in schools became more common. Additionally, after the Columbine High School shooting in 1999, many schools received funding for school resource officers as a part of the Community Orienting Police Services program. SROS is
SROs.
Don't worry, I messed up the first time on that.
SROs are primarily responsible for maintaining a safe and secure environment on campus. They are tasked with addressing criminal behavior, responding to emergency situations, and enforcing laws and school policies. In addition, they often engage in prevention and education efforts, such as providing presentations on drug and alcohol abuse, bullying, and internet safety. However, their specific duties can vary depending on the school and district they serve.
Some say that having police officers in schools helps to deter violence and respond quickly in the event of an emergency.
I would say safety is probably the heaviest burden that we bear.
However, others state that this approach can lead to over-policing and criminalization of minor student misbehavior, particularly among students of color.
Come on, man, get your stuff. Let's go.
Within 10 minutes, McCrae threatened to arrest him.
You finna take a ride to jail, dude. I ain't f***ing with you.
Who the f*** is you talking about ride to jail? I ain't do to begin with.
It's called disorderly conduct.
Disorderly
Stand up,
conduct. You ain't
and let's
doing
go.
that.
The presence of police in schools can create an atmosphere of insecurity and unsafety for students of color. It is tied to the historical and ongoing patterns of racial profiling and criminalization within law enforcement. The presence of police in schools is not a neutral or objective measure of safety, but rather an extension of systemic racism that can perpetuate a culture of fear and harm for marginalized students.
After video of Taurus Sledge's arrest circulated online, Tyler McCrae asked to be reassigned back to the sheriff's office. McCrae is also a defendant in multiple federal civil rights lawsuits filed before he started working at East Ridge, and some are questioning whether he should have been allowed to work there in the first place.
There's been a lot of conversation about the fear of our schools becoming dumping grounds for officers that don't do well in other settings, and I am not in support of that.
System of power and privilege refer to the ways in which social, economic, and political structures are organized to benefit certain groups over others. Pretty sure I said that.
It's fine. You just repeat. Are organized to.
Are organized to benefit certain groups over others. These structures are often built on historic and systemic biases that have disadvantaged marginalized communities and granted more power and resources to privileged groups. The term power refers to the ability to control resources and make decisions that affect others, while privilege refers to the advantages and benefits that certain groups have based on their social identities, such as race, gender, or socioeconomic status. Systems of power and privilege are deeply ingrained in society and impact many aspects of life, including education, employment, and access to resources and opportunities.
Moreover, institutional racism and systemic biases are evident in school disciplinary policies, resulting in unequal treatment of marginalized students who are more prone to receive harsher punishments for minor misconduct. Studies indicate that Black students face a higher risk of suspension, expulsion, or even arrest for minor infractions, whereas white students tend to receive more lenient disciplinary measures for comparable offenses.
Started to have stomach aches like in the morning going to school. He was nervous because one day you went to school and one day, by the end of the day, you ended up in jail. Since then, he's very defensive toward white males. And, he was confused about, how can they just do this? Like, how is this fair to me? What if this happens to another student?
To dismantle this, it's important for educators to actively work together, creating a more inclusive and equitable learning environment.